As a kid, I always thought about what if I could be a superhero? Like, what if I had superpowers? What would my name be? What would I be able to do? How many people would I be able to save? How rich would I be? Would I be the next fucking Tony Stark? Would I be the GOAT of all, superheroes? Would I be like Batman? Would I be like Superman? I say all that because earlier, not even today, but yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I'm a fucking idiot. I was thinking about superheroes. And ironically enough, I was scrolling on TikTok and there's this dude that's named Tej, T-E-E or T-E-E-J, right? And I saw a video where he was talking about Spider-Man in one of the comics where he was fighting this dude named Morlun, which I'm going to come back to that. But it had me thinking, why the fuck would anybody want to be Peter Parker? Why? This nigga life is miserable, horrible, garbage. So I want to break down a few iterations of Peter Parker and why I wouldn't want to be any of them. So let's start off with Bully Maguire. Shout out to the GOAT. That's the OG. That's my guy. You start off as just a regular school nerd, right? As Peter Parker, you have no parents, off rip, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to speak like I'm Peter Parker. So I'm Peter Parker. I'm in New York. I'm a fragile white boy in New York, my nigga. I am clearly out of my bounds here. So I go to school every day and I get bullied by the same nigga every single day. Flash Thompson, right? This man is picking me up. He's shoving me in lockers. He's hitting me with wet willies. He's flirting with the girl of my dreams. Man, this man is hitting me with the all you can fist combo. I don't like that shit. And he's loving it. So when school, happens, I got to deal with 8+ hours of BS from him alone. After I get done with school, not only do you got to do homework, but I also got to find a job, to support my needs because I don't got no parents. And my aunt, my auntie is old, and so is my uncle, right? So fast forward, all of a sudden my uncle Ben gets clapped, and this nigga's dead in front of an alleyway, right? So I see him die, okay? And now I'm coming back to 713 Speaks here. Dude, every iteration, what the hell? Every iteration of Peter Parker sees his Uncle Ben die. Or somehow he just knows that his favorite uncle and only uncle dies, right? So that's rinse and repeat. So now when that happens, you're relying on your boy Harry Osborn, who is supposed to be your best friend, okay? So your best friend, he's supposed to be looking out for you. Whole time, sorry, I got off work, tired. Whole time when you're Toby Maguire, the first Peter Parker in the live action movies, this man you're actively watching your best friend flirt with the girl of your dreams. Nigga, you're a cuck. This nigga was a cuck. This nigga was Adam 22 and couldn't do nothing about it, right? So fast forward more. He finally does end up getting spider powers. And when he gets spider powers, he has to go through all sorts of villains. He has to fight all these villains, right? Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and even later on in Spider-Man 3, he has to fight Venom. And the main thing he has to fight too is his best friend, Harry, who turns into the Green Goblin, who, by the way, his father, Norman, his father, Norman Osborn, was the Green Goblin before him, right? So Peter has to fight every single one of his friends or people just close to him, I guess. That's what it feels like. Harry, close. And then Mary J. Oh my God, don't get me started on MJ, bro. MJ is the most toxic girlfriend ever. Right? I don't understand. I don't know why he didn't stick with Gwen in Spider-Man 3, but MJ is fucking ass. Imagine a girl that constantly gets on you for everything, right? And not only that, when you Peter Parker secured MJ. MJ kissed Spider-Man, and she didn't know Spider-Man was Peter Parker. This bitch cheated on a nigga. She cheated. And I don't think she ever, like, did she tell? I can't remember if she told him, but I don't think so. But I do know that they eventually, Mary Jane found out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But even so, she didn't tell him straight up like, oh yeah, I kissed you, but I didn't know it was you, so I cheated on you. What? Okay. Then you got Andrew Garfield. Shout out to him. That's my favorite Spider-Man. That's favorite live action movie Spider-Man. Same, not the same thing, but you know, typical origin story. Uncle Ben dies. Now he has a rogue of villains to fight. And he bags Gwen Stacy, the W girlfriend, just for her to die in front of his eyes. I lost my uncle. I lost my girl. I prayed to God to take away my problems, and he took my bitch. I prayed for God to take away my enemies, and he took my uncle. Ain't that some shit? Nah. On a serious note, we don't call women bitches over here. It's just a joke. Calm down, everybody. We're women advocates over here. So, yeah, right. So again, back to the superhero stuff. Both with Andrew and Toby Maguire, they're saving the city and doing all this stuff. And the worst part about that, you have this meat riding, meat munching ass news reporter, J. Jonah Jameson. This man, Spider-Man, could walk up to J. Jonah Jameson, give him $1 million and be like, hey man, this is you and your family's wealth. I want you to use it for your safety. This nigga, J. Jonah Jameson, will still go, Spider bitch nigga, you're a bitch. You're a menace to society. I don't want you here. Go back to your country. He's not going to say all that, but he probably would. If J. Jonah Jameson knew Miles Morales first, he definitely would have said it, right? But yeah, he hates on Spider-Man any chance. Back again with Toby Maguire. I know I keep flip-flopping, but I'm just going on a rant here. He literally fired Peter because he like showed up late, like 2 seconds late to the job. And then when he didn't have anybody to take pictures for a certain shoot, he was like, well, Peter, you're hired again. And he couldn't even pay him in advance. That's where that laughing meme comes from, where he's like, I can't mimic it. But y'all know that laugh where he's laughing and he's leaning back and the nigga goes from one chin to like 4. Yeah, that's the meme, right? He laughed at an employee asking, can I get paid? Mind you, this man is in New York. Peter Parker stays in New York. I don't know if you guys have ever been to New York before, but that shit is like $2,000 for a walk-in closet. The apartments there, unless you're like super rich, are turbo ass. You do not want to live in New York. New York got great food. New York got great music. New York got great scenery. New York got great parties. Just a cool little like tourist spot. Living in New York is 2 thumbs down, right? So he has to deal with that. Okay, now back again with well, I already kind of went through Andrew Garfield. I don't really want to talk about him because his movies aren't the best, but pretty much the same situation. He has to deal with boo-boo crap. The man has to fight a literal lizard, which while I'm on that category, let's talk about this man's villains. Doc Ock, Venom, Carnage, the Lizard, Rhino, what was I can't think. What am I thinking? What am I missing? What am I missing? I said Green Goblin. Electro, that's the name. Electro. All these villains that are like potentially world-ending threats, especially Carnage and Venom. They can definitely be world-ending threats. The Avengers don't pop out ever. And New York is canon to be where the Avengers are at, and they never pop out. So Spider-Man has to deal with all this. Peter Parker has to deal with all this by himself. Because remember, these are his villains. And at the end of the day, when he knocks out, this man has to hold back. Because if he doesn't hold back, he will kill somebody. It's been shown in the comics, dude. He literally, whose jaw was it he punched loose? Was it, I think it was Lizard's that he like punched hard as hell and it literally knocked his whole jaw. No, it was, it's when Dr. Octopus took over Spider-Man or Peter Parker's body, and then he punched one of the villains, and he was like, oh shit, this man was really holding back because he punched the whole like jaw off. So if he wanted to, he could be soloing villains out here, but he doesn't do that. And he does it for the good of the people, and he does it to spare people, and he still doesn't even get paid for it. Peter Parker is broke, right? But before I get into the real depthness of debt, right? Let me move on to Tom Holland Spider-Man. His Peter Parker. Now, granted, most of the problems that happen from his Peter Parker is pretty much his fault. Like how he summoned all these other villains into his universe, and that caused a massive ripple effect and complete destruction around the city. That was completely on him. That was completely on that Peter Parker. I'm not even going to lie to you, right? But now, he not only did he lose everybody close to him, that Peter Parker lost Tony Stark, he lost Uncle Ben, he lost Aunt May, right? And now all of his friends, everyone that knew him, I just hit my mic, everyone that knew him now has lost their memories of him. So this Peter Parker is a nobody. You save the world to get nothing in return. I'm sorry, I can't do that. If I had superpowers, I would have to let like someone know, dude, I'm a human at the end of the day, man. I gotta live like y'all. I need money, right? Rent is high. Rent is high as fuck. Especially, oh my God, living in Marvel's New York. Even though the place be getting destroyed all the time, it's still New York. The rent is high and the danger is higher. It's like living in fucking Gotham, right? But worse. Yeah, Marvel's New York is actually way worse than Gotham. Holy shit. But so now, right? Now, let me go to the PS5 Spider-Man. That Peter Parker. This Peter Parker had to deal with all of New York being completely ran over by Venom and all these symbiotes. And that Peter Parker literally died by Craven. He died. And oh my God, dude. Oh my God. It's like the writers see Peter Parker, and instead of happy ending, they give him continuous bullshit. Right? It's like Guts from Berserk, but Guts has it way worse. I'm not, that's a whole different video. Actually, I made a whole video on him on my main page. It came out like almost 2 years ago now. But yeah, I made a whole video about why Guts' life sucks. But yeah, man. So Peter has to deal with all of this, right? He lost his best friend, like his best friend, Harry Osborn. For right now, he's accepting that like his best friend's going to die, right? Because he doesn't have the symbiote anymore to look after him. And I know hopefully when we get Spider-Man 3, we get more lore into that, but we definitely got to see more. But bringing it back to the debt part, dude, this Peter Parker was a teacher, right? He's a teacher, and he got evicted from his house because the rent was like, he was like $2,000, like $5,000 in debt, right? This man was going through it financially. And he can't tell his students that he's Spider-Man because that would defeat the whole purpose of a secret code or a secret, y'all know the word, secret identity. And you can't have his students know because all of his students are going to be like, let's take pictures. Because they proved how people would react if they knew who Spider-Man was. You've seen it in the Tom Holland movie when he got exposed, when that Peter Parker got exposed for being Spider-Man, so many people was either meat riding him or just completely hating him and throwing. A nigga threw a brick through his window, dude. A nigga threw a brick through his window and tried to kill him. That Peter Parker's like a 16-year-old kid. Anyways, but it's so much more. I can talk about all the times that Mary Jane has cheated on Peter Parker in the comics. I can talk about how Peter Parker literally got sent to a whole different world. And while that happened, again, Mary Jane was over here slamming it in her jalooper by another dude. I can talk about that, but I really wanted to talk about the main thing why. So remember at the beginning of the video, I talked about a creator on TikTok named Tej and how he talked about Spider-Man and this dude named Morlun. So if you guys don't know who Morlun is, it's literally only comic based right now. It's only in the comics, unless there's like a video game that I haven't heard of. Morlun is this vampire, right? But it's not just your average vampire. It ain't just like, I'm here to suck your blood and that's it. This man is like a Terminator on super omega crack, right? What I mean by that is he will do nothing, or he won't do anything. I can't word it right. He won't let anything stop him from terminating who he needs to terminate. So long story short, this man, Peter Parker, right? Spider-Man is getting hunted by Morlun. And every time Peter tries to swing on Morlun just eats the punches and then heals up. And Morlun is doing everything to like keep Peter in the fight, right? So he's grabbing hostages and stuff. He's like about to chuck stuff at innocent people to try and get them killed so he can distract Spider-Man and then like knock him on his side or some shit. He's like hitting him with so many dirty plays. And Spider-Man has to keep fighting. He keeps on fighting him. He keeps on fighting him. And the dude keeps healing. Y'all know in Dragon Ball Daima, when everybody, all the Z fighters was jumping Goma, and Goma just kept using the third eye to heal. That's Morlun. Morlun is this like infinite healing android, essentially. He will not get tired. He will not take damage. So Spider-Man, and I swear to God, it's in the comics. You can go look. Spider-Man, Peter Parker had to fight Morlun for 12 hours straight. 12 hours straight of straight duking it out. Now, granted, there was times where Peter would have to run away and grab like 5 minutes of a break or a breather, but Morlun was still hunting him. And if Morlun couldn't find him, he would cause destruction around the city to help out Peter Parker. Where was the Avengers? The Avengers are not coming. This is Peter's issue. This man had to fight a parasite that would not get tired. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think, again, he doesn't get paid for this. He does not get paid for this. People give him some recognition, but that's about it. And hold on, going to the Spider-Verse now. The one time Peter Parker had the perfect life, right? He's blonde. He looks very handsome. He has the girl of his dreams. And this Mary Jane is not toxic at all. He's a successful dude. He dies. They kill the nigga off. They literally kill him off within like the first 15 to 20 minutes of the first Spider-Verse movie. And now the only living Peter Parkers are the bummy ones, or the ones that's going through immense trauma. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't have an ounce of a good time being Peter. You can't. You can't. You can't. Yeah. Are you having a good day, my nigga? Give me your shit. No. This man has worse luck than when Benson got his like luck ticket or his what's it called, fortune cookie swapped by Rigby. I've never seen like this much like bad luck ever, bro. So yeah, I would not want to be Peter Parker. I'm not about to keep putting my life on the line to get absolutely nothing in return. And that just, Peter alone sucks, but I can go in about every single one of the like Spider-Verse characters because yeah, that nobody has a good time. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope y'all have a good one.